Dan, commiserations, it's ended 4-1 to Bradford here tonight. Your reaction to that?
Really disappointed for the boys in that they've put a lot of effort into the whole run, but especially tonight. And whilst I think Bradford were a better team for large spells of the game, it definitely wasn't a 4-1 game. I think that gap's too big for what we've seen on the pitch, and we probably should have been going in the last 5 minutes, still in with a chance of coming out of that game or something, and we weren't, which I think that's probably the disappointing thing for the boys.
Despite the scoreline, what positives can you take from that performance?
I think performance-wise, I think we can take it as a learning opportunity. I think we weren't calm with the ball. We looked rushed at times. It wasn't the identity of the team that we see every week, every day in training. That's not what we normally watch. So I think we've got to take it as a learning opportunity, that we need to give them more pressure situations as often as we can, so that when we have a pressure situation, they can deal with it a little bit better. We need to give them maybe some better tools to move forward with.
Obviously, Bradford started the first half well. I think it was Cam White who made a couple of good saves, and they've hit the bar, and then they've obviously gone to score their 2 goals. That kind of put you on the back foot a bit there. Yeah,
a little bit, but even then, I'm looking at the first half, and I said, like, at half time, I said, like, do you feel like you've been played through? Do you feel like they've created loads of really good chances? And the answer was no. They've scored a set piece, and they've scored one where we've given them the ball. They've not played through us, not really hurt us, I don't think, in the first half. I think we did actually hurt them a few times on the counter-attack. On the break, we were quite good in transition. So although, yeah, they had a lot of the ball, and yeah, they looked the superior team in possession, they didn't really hurt us with it.
Sutton, obviously, with the penalty to draw it back just before half time.
Yeah.
Do you like maybe give you a little bit of hope heading into the second half there?
I think hope, yeah, and I think probably it gave the boys like the first time in the game where they've been able to take a deep breath and go, we're in this, we belong here, we can compete, we're not inferior, we're fine here. I think that was what that goal did, and I think you saw that when you came out for the second half, that I think for 35 minutes before we had the stuffing knocked out of us by some decisions, yeah, I think we were really on top of the game. I thought even at 2-1, I thought if there's a next goal coming, it's us, not them. It wasn't to be.
Where do you feel the game got away from you tonight?
I think that 30 minutes in the first half where we've conceded 2 goals. I think it's always hard to come back against a team that's comfortable with the ball when you're 2-0 down. They look after the ball for large spells of the game. So I think that 30 minutes was really difficult. I think after that, I think we've kind of done our bit. I think the 4th goal is a bit of a killer in that, you know, we're trying to pile everyone forward, of course, on the break. But until the 3rd goal, the penalty, that I've not spoken to anyone yet that knows what that penalty is for. Until then, I think we were well in the game and comfortably the better team in the second half.
How proud are you of the lads and the effort they've shown though?
Yeah, I think for the youth team boys, I'm always proud of the effort they're putting because they put it in every day. They travel in, they work hard, they come from all over to get here. The commitment they show day in, day out is phenomenal. I think nights like tonight, although they've not got the result they've wanted, they'll be one that looked back in a great deal of pride. So yeah, always from us as a group of staff, couldn't be prouder of them.
And looking at the FA Youth Cup run as a whole, it's been a brilliant run. And how much do you think the lads can take from this, the journey that they've been on? Yeah, absolutely. I think we always talk about giving them as many experiences as we can. They've had lots and lots of really good experiences in the Youth Cup this year, so hopefully they're all things that can show where they've developed skills, whether that's technical, tactical stuff, game understanding stuff, working under pressure stuff, but all skills they've developed on the run, and it's just learning they can put in the back pocket and use again another day in the rest of their career. And a special night tonight for everyone, those who came off the bench, those who started as well, to play here at the LNI Community Stadium. Yeah, no, massive. I think the boys were absolutely over the moon when they found out they were playing here. So that's been really nice for them. And I think, given the level of support they've had from the supporters, the wider club, the academy boys, like hundreds of academy boys and parents, I think that community feel around the game was fantastic as well. It means a great deal to them. And there's a number of first team players and one of the owners here tonight. How much that means, well, them coming down to support?
Massive. I think it just shows that how the club's connected. The first team lads care. They wanted to be around it. It wasn't, they've been in the change room beforehand to speak to the boys about their journey, how it can help, wish them luck, give them just like tips on like maybe like a little bit around like dealing with the pressure and how they belong here, and to play their game. So I think those like words of wisdom from senior pros who've been on this journey themselves, have all played in the youth cup, has been invaluable. Owen and Julian coming to watch, fantastic for the boys to be able to play in front of the senior club officials is brilliant.
And 900 fans in this, which is an incredible number, almost as many as some National League clubs get on a weekly basis. How big is that for the club?
Massive. I think we didn't know what we'd get because it's the first time we've ever had a game here as a youth department. I think we'll look back at when we were at Bootham Crescent previously. We were probably looking at a couple of hundred, maybe 300. I think we dug out some historical games where I think we were at high 300s as like record youth cup attendance for us. So I was hopeful we'd get to 500. I thought if we can get to 6 or 7, like amazing. Like 900 is ridiculous. That level of support for a youth game is absolutely phenomenal, and so pleased and thankful for everyone that's gone to watch.